Hey, what's up, Roxstars? It's Rox with a little bit of talk at what's at the top of the blog, so let's get to it. Alright, you guys, so before we get to the gossip, let's talk about what has happened in the United States this week. It has been a terrible week for the United States. It's just been devastation after devastation, and it's pretty depressing. So first of all, the Boston Marathon bombings. We all know that there was a bombing on Monday at the Boston Marathon, the 26-mile race that happens every year in a very prominent and popular travel-y, touristy area. Also, a lot of businesses of Boston. Someone or someone's went and planted a bomb right near the finish line. And after the explosion, we have come up so far with 3 deaths and over 100 people that were injured. It's just terrible that we've gotten to a point in the United States where these things are starting to happen here, okay? I know when I was growing up, bombings was the very last thing on my mind. My children now have experienced 2 bombings, and it's just starting to be more and more that we have to realize that this is something that we have to deal with here in the United States. It's not just happening, overseas anymore. I don't even feel like talking about the whole thing, you guys. This has just been on the news so much. If you watch CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, any of the different news channels, you will just get an overwhelmingly large amount of information about the bombings, to the point where it almost desensitizes you, because it's just so much. There's so much digital pictures and videos and things that goes around that after a while it just kind of numbs you. And it's sad that it's got to be that way. That is the downfall of the internet, of people that have smartphones that are able to take video and pictures, and everybody is just sending their information in, and it just gets to the point where it's just too much. My heart goes out to all the people of Boston and just the United States in general. It's just a sad time now. I don't want to say what does the world come to. It's always been bad things that have been happening. But yeah, I think that it's just kind of an eye-opener to know that, these things are happening on our own soil. Now, the big question is whether it's, terrorist attack from an international group, or if it's, domestic terrorism, homegrown terrorism, whatever they want to call it. My opinion is that it's homegrown. Just because the intensity of the bomb, even though it did kill 3 people and injured a lot of people had to get amputations, and a lot of people were severely damaged. However, the fact that it didn't kill more people than 3 people. I know that there are domestic groups that can make large bombs as well, but it just seems like when the foreign groups decide to come in and do some damage, they do shit on a way larger scale, okay? So, just that to me kind of makes me feel like it might have been homegrown. There's a lot of people in the United States that are unhappy with the United States, unhappy with the way things are, can't find jobs, a lot of frustration, a lot of disappointment in our government, including myself. And it's a lot of people, but the way everybody deals with their stress is different, obviously. And it gets to a point where it's not stress anymore. Now it's just you just went crazy. Yeah, the result is that all these innocent people, lives were taken or severely changed for the rest of their life. So very, very sad. Very, very, very sad. My heart goes out to the families of the victims, people who had to suffer through this and everything. It's just horrible. So that was the first tragedy. The second tragedy of large scale actually just happened last night. When I woke up this morning, they were talking about an explosion in West Texas. West is the name of the city, evidently. It was a fertilizer plant. There was a fire that started originally, and then when the firefighters went out to respond to it, minutes after that, there was a very large explosion that was felt up to 50 miles away from the fertilizer plant. Said that it leveled a lot of buildings, a lot of homes that were right in the area. I believe they said the deaths are somewhere between 5 and 15. They can't really tell right now, obviously, because they're still fighting the fire and all of that. They lost a lot of firefighters, and they're expecting a lot more deaths to come today as they, try to get in there and do some rescuing or recovery. I don't know why my voice is shaking. I'm not fixing to cry or nothing. I believe the name of the chemical that was in this plant was called anhydrous ammonia. I'm probably saying it wrong, but whatever it is, they had 54,000 pounds of this chemical, and evidently this chemical is very, very, very highly highly explosive and very, very strong, up to the point where it could kill somebody if it leaks out. So that's the new worry, is whether or not they're going to get this chemical out in the air. So they're trying to evacuate and tell people to leave the area and things like that. So that's been really, really sad. Okay, we had a bombing on Monday, then we have an explosion on Wednesday, Thursday. You know, it's just sad. And then, you know, we had the problem with gun control, the gun control legislation that the Democrats, Obama has really been trying to get passed ever since really the Newton shootings. We all know about how the man went in there and was just shooting up these kids, innocent children. Something about when kids get killed, you know, it just touches us. So I think that most Americans are for some kind of gun control law change. Right now, the law says that background checks must be done on people who are trying to purchase a gun in store, okay? But background checks are not required when you're trying to purchase a gun online, and background checks are not required when you are trying to purchase a gun at the gun show. So you just kind of circumvent the way that it needs to be done. If you don't want to go in store, you wait till a gun show or you buy it online. I mean, it's like common sense, okay? What they're trying to do is just change the law so that it's universal. There's background checks no matter where you purchase your gun from. Now, granted, people that are criminals or people that are on the street, they're still going to get their guns however they want to get their guns, okay? But why make it so easy for them? Why make it so that they can just go somewhere and just purchase a gun? This is just to deter people from, you know, deter the guns from getting in the wrong people's hands. The NRA are really standing on the whole Second Amendment of the right to bear arms, and I agree, everybody should have the right to bear arms. You should be able to protect yourself, you should be able to protect your family. Really, any old crazy person can get a gun, okay? I don't really know how else to put it. Now, of course, when they wrote the amendments back in the way back when they wrote the amendments, times were different, okay? You didn't have motherfuckers doing drive-bys, and you didn't have people going and shooting up theaters, and you didn't have people going shooting up schools. So you can't even really compare the times. It comes a moment when we must reevaluate our legislation and, you know, make the changes that are necessary till today. So it's frustrating. The NRA and you know, gun collectors, gun fanatics, or things like that are really trying to make it seem like the Democrats or whoever, because there's actually more than just the Democrats who are for this legislation, but when they're just trying to make it seem like they're taking away all their rights, you can't buy guns. But really, what do you need to have semi-automatics, and what do you need to have all these certain type of guns for, okay? I believe that if you're a gun collector, that you probably are responsible enough. And I mean, I have a gun collector that's at my job. I mean, he collects guns. He's got safes for them, and you know, you put your thumbprint on it and all of this. I haven't really had a full sit down talk about it with him, but he definitely is for guns, but he's not going around shooting up people. So of course there are folks that are responsible. We're just talking about the people that aren't responsible, and we know that they exist, okay, because we see it in these killings and all these things. What really pissed me off when I was watching Obama talk about it the other day, there was some senator or somebody who said that Obama was using the families of Newton to, you know, push forward this gun control law. And I was just like, I mean, that's crazy. And that's the same thing he said. He's like, are you serious? Like, why wouldn't we involve these people? These people were directly affected by a gun, okay, by the fact that their family, their 4 and 5 year old kid was killed. Okay, so why wouldn't their feelings be valued in this whole debate and whether or not it should be pushed forward? So, y'all, I'm not going to get all into that. I'm just telling you that I am definitely for gun control legislation, this whole universal background check. But I also feel like if I want to have a gun in my house to protect my family, then I should be able to do that too. So I just feel like, why can't we just meet somewhere in the middle? So that's the third thing. And then the fourth thing is we got some person, this Mississippi man's name is somebody Curtis. He didn't win and put some ricin or ricin, how do you say it? R-I-C-I-N. Whatever the fuck the poison is. Y'all, he done went and, you know, had some of the glory days from the anthrax scare. He went and put some shit on some letters. He sent them out to the president, to a senator from Mississippi, and a senator for Michigan. They got the man in custody. You know, I just don't know what is wrong with people. I mean, really, what the fuck is wrong? Like, really, did you think that it was going to get to the president? I mean, I can't just go and send some shit to the president, okay? It's just like, it's going to go through channels. Oh, you guys, the world is just so crazy today. I think I've talked about this long enough. Let's get to some gossip. All right, you guys. So I had already filmed this whole segment, and I realized I had left too much shit out. So I'm refilming it. So the lighting is probably gonna be darker, different. It ain't gonna be consistent with the rest of the video. Y'all, that's little anal shit that I pay attention that y'all probably don't even worry the fuck about. So anyway, let's talk about the gays in the NFL, and more specifically, let's talk about Kerry Rhodes. Now, it's my lunch break and it's almost over, so y'all gonna have to bear with me because I gotta eat and, you know, I gotta drink while I'm doing this segment. Y'all know I don't really like when people be eating and shit in the videos and chewing gum and all that, so y'all excuse me. I know it's rude, but I gotta do what I gotta do. So your boy Kerry Rhodes, he done slipped up big time, y'all. Now, a couple of weeks ago, some pictures had leaked of Kerry Rhodes and a real, what might I call, a feminine looking gentleman out on vacation. Clearly, it was boats and, you know, beach scenes and things like that, but they was real cozy in the pictures. Okay, it looked like they was really having a good time, kind of like you would if you was with your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your husband, your wife. Okay, so the pictures leaked and him all hugged up with a little young man. It was rumored that Kerry Rhodes was gay. Now, Kerry Rhodes is a football player. Y'all know that nobody in the NFL has officially come out. We've had a couple that have come out that have retired since they're not playing, but active football players, even though I think he's on the injured list right now, but he still would like to play right now, nobody has come out. So the pictures came out. It was all this uproar because Kerry Rhodes is a big guy. He's a good looking guy, very big, very masculine looking, and I don't think we was really expecting the first person to come out the closet to kind of look like Kerry. Okay, so I'm not going to put this part in the video. If I'm not putting it in there, then why I'm telling you. Okay, so Kerry comes out, does really big damage control. It's just like, hey, I'm not gay. What you guys are seeing are pictures of me and my homeboy, who just happens to be my assistant, out on vacation. And you guys, I'm not in a relationship with him. He's just my assistant. He's worked for me for a long time, and that's what it was. So no, I am not gay. I'm as straight as an arm. Like this. But what an arm do? It do this. So we done had Mr. Man's assistant come out of the woodworks, and he has kind of contradicted all that Kerry said and has come out with his own story. So would you like to hear what the story is? Okay, I'm gonna tell you. Mr. Man says, and his name is something like Hollywood. Damn. See, I don't have my notes because I'm trying to. I hadn't already did all this, so I don't have my notes with me. But I don't have my notes with me. But his name is somebody Hollywood, somebody. Okay, now he comes out and says, oh no, okay, let me let y'all know exactly what it was. Okay, me and Kerry Rhodes met each other, and he wanted to hire an assistant. Okay, so yeah, I was hired on as an assistant. Shortly after that, I moved into the house with him. Shortly after that, we began a relationship. So yeah, we were actually hired on as assistants, but then as time went on, he and I got into a relationship. You know, I appreciate all that he's done for me. He's done a lot for me. He's given a lot to me. But let it be clear that I am gay, and we were in a relationship definitely as man and man. Okay, so I was just like, okay, now how Kerry gonna recover from this? Now it's kind of toe up. The guy is out in Kerry Rhodes, okay? I just don't think that I really can appreciate when people force somebody else to come out of the closet. I know he feeling some kind of way that, you know, he ain't saying that was his boyfriend and shit like that, but let's look at the damn extenuating circumstances. He can't just come right out and say that he was gay, okay? You know, that part is kind of toe up about it. Now, the guy said that Kerry Rhodes said that this was his first gay relationship. I'm just like, nigga, please. I'm gonna side-eye that one for real, because you know goddamn well, like, I guess he's somewhere in his late 20s, early 30s, somewhere in there. Chances are that you've had a relationship by now. Okay, you didn't figure that shit out already. Okay, so this wasn't your first relationship. I mean, I guess it could be, but nigga, you know you was busting asses way before you met up with Hollywood. The Hollywood guy got to telling all the damn business and was just like, yeah, he came on to me. He was like, I know a lot of people think that, me being the effeminate type, that I am the one that come on to guys. He's like, but most guys that are like me are not gonna come on to a man because we're not sure if they're straight. And see what happens when you eat. Excuse me. Oh, let me give me something to drink. Oh, they ain't gave me no straw. I'm sorry, y'all. This part of the damn video just all fucked up, right? I'm sorry. So he was just like, yeah, I'm, as a gay man, I'm not going to come on to a guy because, that could be a whole lot of trouble. So I just kind of let them come on to me. And he did come on to me. And so I'm just like, well, damn, Kerry, that don't sound like somebody that just tried it for the first time. So yeah, there's just something a little bit more to that story. But anyway, what do you guys think about the gays in the NFL as a whole? Like, I know that there were 4 NFL players that were saying that they were going to come out of the closet and, kind of announce that they're gay. I think this fucked it up, like put a little monkey wrench in everything because because now Kerry Rose is kind of getting ridiculed about it, and now it's probably going to make the other 3, because I really truly believe he was one of the 4. Now it looks like it's going to make the other 3 kind of rethink this whole thing and not do it. But yeah, Kerry Rose, he was all hugged up with the guy, y'all. Now Kerry, good damn well that's not your homeboy. Like, I don't know no homeboys that be all hugged up and booed up on the goddamn boat. What heterosexual man do that? Okay, even if you, like, he said something about, like, I treat him like my brother. I'm just like, even my damn brothers ain't never been hugged up and shit like that. So come on, Kerry, I need you to come with a better story than that. NFL, it's time. I think the NFL has very many gay players, obviously. I mean, Bondi Blue pointed it out to me. She was just like, shit, the whole football game is gay. Shit, you got niggas jumping on each other and piling up on each other, and they be hitting each other's asses, and they be in the shower rooms with no clothes on. And I was like, yeah, that is a very what's the word? Pro-homo, I can't think of the word, but it is sort of like, it kind of does kind of have like innuendo and kind of hidden messages within the football game. Now, I don't really watch football, y'all know that. I don't really know shit about football, but yeah, I guess I could see where it could be quite gay. I think it's just like anything else that, eventually we will have more and more gays in the NFL. But I guess up until now, the NFL has treated itself as the military has, and that's been as a don't ask, don't tell kind of situation. That shit might change though, especially if Hollywood got anything to do with it. Okay, so Hollywood, he has aspirations of being in the limelight as well, and I guess he wants to have a reality show himself. I don't know if he's shopping around or if he has the deal already or whatever, but yeah, it's too bad that he's forcing him out the closet like that. I think that's the part that really makes me not like this Hollywood guy. Even if Kerry Rhodes is gay, I mean, it's up to him to be able to come out when he wants to. This whole part is so fucked up. I'm sorry. DMX's appearance on Iyanla's Fix My Life. Did you guys watch it? I did watch it, and it was a difficult episode to watch. You guys, I don't really have much sympathy for DMX, and that's probably wrong of me, because I've never really had to experience really closely somebody that was drug addicted and, all of the drama that they go through. I'm sure that it rips people's lives apart, okay? And not just the person that's drug addicted, but the people that love him. So, well, the proof of that was in the show, okay? You got his son by the name Xavier. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, I need to quit fucking around with that coffee. His son by the name of Xavier, okay? He was on the show with Iyanla, and his whole thing was that his dad has never really owned up to his problems. His dad was very mean to the family, always angry, always hostile. It made for a very hostile and angry environment. He treated his mom bad. He took Xavier around other women. All of that. When DMX got there, I don't think he was really ready to face all that. I think that what he wanted to do was just sit down with his son, and for them to just come to some point where they could just be like, I love you no matter what. Okay, well, The no matter what is not the most realistic in this point. Obviously, you have really upset a lot of people, DMX. Iyanla was trying to get him to, you know, think about his past life and all his arrests and everything. That was the first thing that pissed him off. I was like, all right, Iyanla, you better back up, because you could tell he was getting so animated and so fidgety and twitchy that I was just like, he, you know, now I have seen people on drugs. They are very unpredictable. You don't really know what they gonna do. Okay, so I was just like, back the fuck up, Iyanla. We don't really need you to be getting all knocked out and shit. You got on a skirt. We gonna see your panties and shit. He was getting really frustrated with Iyanla, and it was obvious. Okay, when the son came in, DMX wanted to have this moment with the son. Iyanla was, you know, butting in a lot and really saying, you know, really trying to gain control of the conversation, because it was kind of, you could kind of see how DMX, because he's so domineering, that he probably always overtakes his family. When they try to tell him something, he overtakes it, okay, and yells at them and, you know, just kind of bullies them into just being like, whatever, forget it. So I guess Iyanla was trying to keep that from happening, but it was making him more frustrated, and you know, he was just like, you know, shut the fuck up, you know, and Iyanla was like, you do not get to speak to me ever again. You know, she wanted to cuss so bad. I was just like, Iyanla, go on and say fuck you, motherfucker. I knew she wanted to say it. Everything she said was beloved. Beloved. I was like, that is a real common word. You know what? I'm gonna start using beloved. It was just a mess, y'all. And in the meantime, Xavier, he was just trying to get DMX to admit to some things that he would not do. Okay. I don't know why DMX doesn't think that we already know he's had like 3 or 4 babies with on the side while he was actively married to his wife Tashera, or Tashera. What's her name? Tasha. So why would it be so impossible for us to believe that he was taking Xavier around these other women? Like what? Like it's like DMX for real? Like, nigga, you don't remember? Fuck, you fucked up now. Of course you don't remember what the hell you was doing back there. Just go on and chalk it off, okay? You got all these kids. One of them by rape. Supposedly he was raped. He was taken advantage of, and I guess the woman tied him up and sat on top of him and fucked him or something like that, y'all. It was honestly a mess. And if you guys watched it, it was making me angry, and it also made me feel kind of depressed. It was just sad for the entire family. But what really took the cake is at the end, when they kept on having all these confrontations and him storming out and arguing and yelling and everything, well, they was able to get him back into the room. And then when his son was just like, you know, I want us to have a relationship, DMX was like, I want us to have a relationship as well. And his son was like, you know, you got to leave everything alone, the drugs, the alcohol. Well, DMX was not willing to do that. And he was just like, I'm not going to put all these stipulations on my relationship. I love you no matter what. DMX's son was just like, I don't love you no matter what. I love you when you're not on drugs, when you're not on alcohol, when you're not crazy, when you're not fussing and yelling and mean and antagonistic and all of that. To make a long story short, DMX just said, well, we can't have a relationship, because if you can't accept me when I'm fucked up and twitchy and on crack cocaine, then I guess we just ain't gonna have no father-son relationship. You know, all jokes aside, I think that's really sad, but I also think that that's what we had to expect for somebody that is so ravaged by drugs. You can look at DMX and tell that he's drug ravaged. Them drugs are so deep up in his body. Like Iyanla said, he needs to be detoxified. Okay, I said that he need the Ray Charles hookup. Y'all remember when Ray Charles went to rehab on when Jamie Foxx was playing Ray Charles, and wherever he was, they tied his ass up to that bed and they didn't touch him. They let the nigga go through whatever he was going through to get that shit out of his system for however many days. DMX is probably gonna take him way longer, but in the long run, he needs all that out of him. And I think that they need to stop letting Iyanla take on cases like this when the person clearly has way more issues than just they done made some bad decisions in life. It happened when she was with the Maya Campbell girl, and it also happened with DMX. You know, this is something that requires so much more extensive psychiatric and medical attention that it's almost exploitative. You just already know that there's nothing that can be solved in this little bit of time that you guys are together. So, you know, DMX is saying that it made his life worse. And I don't know if it's made his life worse, but I'm sure that it brought to the forefront some of the issues that he has, and it now has opened it up to the rest of the world. We kind of had an idea, but this kind of gave us a clear picture of what was going on behind the scenes with him and his family. So the son feels like it was perfect for him. So this might have been his Iyanla Fix My Life session instead of DMX's. Iyanla has put out an open letter saying that she's not going to give up on him, that she doesn't want him to fail, that she feels like, you know, he's worthy of her attention, and that, you know, she knows that he can do it. I think that's what she needed to do anyway, just to save face, because I guess there are some people that was feeling like she was a little bit too aggressive in the interview and was not letting them talk. I don't feel that way. I just feel like she shouldn't have done it at all. That's my take on the DMX thing. I don't have much sympathy for him because we've seen him just do it over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Okay, it's not that I don't want to see him heal, but I don't want to see him heal on TV no more. I don't want to see people talking to him no more. I just want him to get the help. And if he doesn't want to get the help, then I'm not going to keep worrying and wasting my time on wanting him to get the help, okay? And like I said, that might be mean to me, but I don't have addictions, and I've never struggled with addictions. And if you guys have had any addiction struggles, I know you guys probably have a different outlook. My voice! Oh my God! That fucking coffee, I'm telling you, it make you just be so hyper and stuff. I feel like DMX a little bit. But yeah, if you guys have any different outlooks on it or different perspectives on it, go on and leave your comments below. We can get a discussion going about DMX. I hope he gets better, but I'm not going to worry about it no longer, okay? That's mean to me, but I'm sorry. Battery fixing to die. Got to plug it up. Talking so much you forget that you need to put your battery thing, plug it in. Hold on one second, y'all. I'm telling you, I love my Dodge Nitro. It's not a van for those of y'all who think it is. It's an SUV, but it has a little plug in it, and it's perfect for this my studio. Y'all, somebody tell me what the fuck is Beyonce singing on this Miss Carter World Tour? I know she ain't got no new album out, and I've been seeing the pictures and I've been hearing about it. What's she singing? Is she singing the shit from the 4 album? Like, I thought that she was supposed to have an album come out. How do you have a big world tour and you ain't got no new shit? They said that she not singing the Bow Down and the Grown Woman or whatever that song is. She not even singing that in the concert. So I just want somebody to tell me, what is she singing? Yeah, she didn't really have a tour for that last album, did she? I know y'all Beyonce stands out there. Y'all don't give a fuck if she sing the goddamn ABC song, okay? But as long as you guys get to sit there and spend your $400 to see her sing whatever it is, then y'all gonna do it. So I guess, I mean, I'm sure y'all happy about it. I saw pictures of her. She done went and got this damn bodysuit. It got something like 30,000 Swarovski crystals on it, and y'all got like protruding nipples. I was like, Beyonce, you doing? I was like, Miss Carter, you doing a whole lot there. Okay, that ain't that. You know, I guess she was kind of channeling her inner Madonna. She going through some changes right now. So y'all remember how Madonna had the Y'all remember how Madonna had the cone bra? I guess this is Mrs. Carter's cone bra moment, okay? And the titties, the nipples is all big and fat like thumbs and shit. I was like, y'all ever seen people with them big ass nipples? My friend has some big ass, humongous titties. Like, you know, I got small breasts, so I ain't used to no big. She was breastfeeding, and I was like, girl, your nipple. I'm sorry, y'all, too much information. If any of you guys are going to the concert, y'all just let me know what it is that's gonna be going down at the concert. Cause fuck, if I'm gonna be sitting there watching a bitch sing Crazy in Love and Deja Vu, then fuck, I might as well watch the video. I don't know how many of you guys follow Tyrese on Twitter and Instagram, and I used to follow him just before the sure stupidity of the shit that he would tweet and say. He one of them people that think that he way smarter than he really is, and he really be thinking that he dropping some knowledge, and you read that shit and be like, motherfucker, what the fuck is you talking about? You know, and it was good for a good kiki and a tee-hee-hee. But after a while, I just had to stop following him, because Tyrese is also one of those ones who now I love me a story from the bottom, and you know, started from the bottom, now we here. And he is one of those people that started, you know, he was from Watts and he didn't have much, and then he's gotten to where he is, and that's great. He is also one of those ones that'll be like, I did it, And you know, this is what you need to do it too. Everybody can do it. And you know, it's just kind of, it's very self-gratifying and self-serving. He never comes off as somebody that's trying to genuinely help somebody. It kind of comes out as, I know what I'm talking about because I did it. Okay, and you know what I mean? So the newest shit that he said that was stupid was, he said that he went on an interview and said that obese people were fat and nasty. He just kind of insinuated that they don't really want to do anything to change their lives, which is really stupid because you have a lot of obese fans. Women are your fans, and a lot of women are overweight. I think the average woman is overweight in the United States when you consider what they consider overweight, okay? Because I think they said the average woman is a size 12, 14, but that's bigger than what the, you know, what the nutritionist says that we should be. So he really alienated a lot of his fans, some to the point where they went on his Twitter and just really went off on him. Somebody found pictures of his mother and his sister, both of which are overweight, and was just like, is your mama and your sister some fat and nasty ass bitches? Like, you know, really, you know, how could you say something like that? At first he gets on and doesn't really apologize, you know, just says, I'm not apologizing for what I said, I just should have said it better. You're fat and nasty, but I should have just said it differently. You know, that's basically what he was saying. So instead of saying fat and nasty, he should have probably said overweight and unpleasant. I guess that's what he was saying. He still got a lot of flack from that. I'm sure his mother and his sisters really didn't appreciate the comment as well. So then he finally, after a few days of going back and forth with the people, he finally gets on and says, I truly apologize. I shouldn't have said it at all. And yeah, you shouldn't have said it at all. I don't know what's wrong with some of these entertainers, but after they get to be a certain point, you know, get to be so big, they just feel like they can say whatever the fuck they want to say. Okay, and you just can't say that, Tyrese. Okay, but Tyrese think he can say it because he's stupid. But how y'all feel about that? I used to like Tyrese. I still like his music. I just don't want to hear him talk. I don't want to see him on the interview. I don't want to see him on no talk show. I don't want to hear him on the radio talk show. I don't want to hear him nothing else but just put the fucking music out. Alright, y'all, it's a whole lot about Real Housewives of Atlanta. I don't really fully feel like getting into it, but I'm just going to get into it a little bit. Now, we all saw Nene read Phaedra to death, okay? And, you know, Nene was telling Phaedra how she should have went and talked to her half-sisters and this, that, and the other. And we all saw that Phaedra did not speak up, did not say nothing, and just basically was just sort of like, you know, I apologize. Now, I was watching it like you guys were, and I had saw it, the way I interpreted it was that Phaedra was just kind of knew that she was caught, and she just felt like, let me just shut up so I can get out the hot seat. Well, it has now come out that Nene might have been a little bit more self-righteous than she needed to be in that whole big read, because the sisters, the half-sisters, which I did take a little bit of, I was a little set back by when she kept saying half-sisters, because who says half-sisters or half-brothers? Guy, that's my brother, that's my sister, especially if you were, you know, were raised with them. Like, really, do you go through all of that cutting up, trying to slice and dice? Nene has the same mother as these girls, and really, when you have the same mother as your other sisters, you can just consider them your sisters, because 9 times out of 10 they was in the house with you, they were raised with you. Usually when you say half sisters, because you guys might have same daddies, okay, and you didn't live together, and maybe it was kind of halves, but if everybody was together, you know, so it was crazy. But the half sisters have come out and they looking like they about to be like, okay, no, Nene lied and she got a lot that she's trying to hide, and you know, we could really put it out there and really let everybody know about Nene. So, you know, now the speculation is that Phaedra didn't say anything because Bravo actually set up the meeting with Phaedra and the half sisters, and how Bravo was really trying to get that storyline going. And Phaedra was, you know, she did sign on, she was for it and everything, but she didn't initially set out to get to them half sisters. That it was Bravo that put the bug in the ear of her and the half sisters. And then, you know, they was all trying to go with this storyline, and then when Nene found out about it, you know, Nene basically went off on Bravo and all that, the producers, and they decided to scrap that whole storyline. So that's what's going on in the background right now. Phaedra decided not to say anything because, you know, Phaedra's got a lot of things that she's trying to do with Bravo right now, namely her TV show. You know, she ain't really trying to burn no bridges, and she probably just took one for the team and was just like, you know, I'm gonna shut my fucking mouth up, let me just say sorry, I don't feel like going through this no more, and let's just drop it. So it might be more to it, we gonna see. You know, I do like Nene, You know, and she did go through that whole thing is that, you know, you can't be, you never win when you dirty. The sisters did make a, you know, they did definitely remember that line. It was just like, she got her fucking nerves. I mean, we got a lot of dirt, okay? Nene got a lot of dirt with her past. Now, the sisters seem very messy as well, okay? The sisters seem very messy. One of them is saying how, you know, she will give her story and make a whole lot of money and not worry about it and things like that. So it looked like it's about to be a whole lot more. I don't know if Nene really wants to continue on with this, because there's also speculation that Bravo is going to expand that story for next season, and that, you know, Kenya and Nene are going to be on the warpath for Phaedra, things like that. So I don't know, but it's more to that story, y'all. Let's not get too excited with the read just yet. I don't know if you guys have heard, but Basketball Wives LA has been canceled. I don't think it's a big surprise to any of us, okay? I think we was over that last season. That shit was so tiring. You know, them damn Govan sisters, Gloria and Laura, both very messy. I guess VH1 has gotten sick of them, and they have canceled the show. Drea, who was the standout, who everybody seemed to like most generally, has gotten a spinoff show, Fine Ass Girls. If you guys follow her on Instagram, you guys know that she is plugging that Fine Ass Girls like crazy, selling hats and shirts and jewelry and things like that. The shit seems to be flying off the shelves, and she's doing really well with that. I haven't even seen too much about her Mint Swim bathing suit line, because the Fine Ass Girls thing is really popping, and it's also looking like they gave her the show with the same name that talks about, you know, her business and the girls that she has on as her Fine Ass Girls, her friends and the people that work for her, her models and all of that. There was a little drama behind the Fine Ass Girls thing, and how Drea didn't have any dark skinned models. All her models are all very fair, you know, all very light skinned, all, you know, long hair and all of that. Really no ethnic looking models. And you know, she was very kind of like, you know, fuck you guys, I can pick whoever the hell I want. I was like, yeah, I don't really know if that's the best response. You really want to, you know, appeal to a lot of people, you're gonna have to change that up a little, Dre. I know we real strong in what we want, but sometimes you're gonna have to really, you know, you're gonna have to just look further into it for the betterment of your business, okay? I'm not dark skinned. I've always considered myself dark skinned, and then I've had a few people be like, Roxanne, you ain't dark. I was like, I'm not. I was kind of offended from her saying that. You don't want to not include a certain group, especially when you have something called Fine Ass Girls. It's plenty of dark skinned fine ass girls around, and you know, maybe you don't want to just keep perpetuating this stereotype that light skin is best, you know, and things like that. So I don't know, she's gonna change that though, y'all. Mark my word. Watch, as this time goes on, she gonna slowly put some niggas up in that damn I shouldn't say niggas. She gonna put some more chocolate up in them damn ads and pictures and everything, because, you know, dark money spend the same as anybody else, Drea. Get it together. Loving Hip Hop New York. I watched that fucking second reunion, the second part, and I was just like, this shit is stupid. Now, all I want to talk about is Joe Budden and Consequence. Now, I have lost all respect for Consequence. What the fuck is wrong with him? I think that he has a mental problem. Okay, so, you know, he's sitting up there on the stage with Joe Budden and Mona. First of all, he hits Joe Budden, sucker punches him when they're walking out, you know, out of the studio or whatever, him and Tahiri. It's a big scuffle. You know, I don't fight. And I know that you don't just run up on some goddamn body and hit the motherfucker in the back of their neck. Like, really? Like, who does that? What grown man does that? And then to think that you did something, and I was just like, you don't scare nobody with that period after every word. I don't tolerate no disrespect on no levels, or whatever the fuck he said. It was just like, nigga, you ain't scaring no goddamn body. You snuck up on somebody. That ain't no fair fucking fight. I don't know who I was more frustrated with, the fact that he was thinking that he had really did some shit, or if the fact that Joe Budden was so goddamn calm. I was just like, where the fuck, who is Joe Budden? I swear I think I talked to him when the bill collectors called me. You know how you be more and more frustrated with them goddamn bill collectors, and they just be as calm as shit. Yeah, I don't have no respect for Consequence, none at all. Okay, you know, and then the whole thing with the Muslim, I ain't really never got into that. We all fall short, I understand that, but for you to be such a strong and staunch Muslim, and the fact that you ain't married this woman, but you trying to build this family and you have this baby and everything, like, I don't see how you can just, am I the only one that ain't seen that they ain't married? Like, ain't nobody gonna say nothing about about that. We're gonna let you continue to be all this, living with the woman, having the baby and everything, but you can't even marry her. That's odd to me. All I can tell you guys, I don't really watch the show. I'm sure I got everybody all pegged wrong, but you know, you can already tell that Yandy is Mona Scott's favorite. I don't really know why everybody hates Rocky Thunder. I think that she looks really nice. Her hair was the bomb out of everybody on the show. I thought she looked the best. I didn't really understand the fight with the girl with the red hair, and you know how she jumped up. I was just like, what the fuck is going on here? Let me turn away from this mess. See, let's talk about Love and Hip Hop ATL. So you guys know it's starting on Monday. I cannot wait. I know we all real excited about that. They have had a lot of shit that's been going on. They just actually had a premiere party this past Monday. According to balleralert.com, you know, they were able to kind of just watch what the fuck was going on. What I kind of thought was the most interesting was the fact that Rashida and Kurt, there might be some trouble in paradise. Rashida is definitely pregnant, but she and Kurt did not walk the red carpet together, and they seem to be pretty distant from each other the whole time at the party. If you look at the pictures, Kurt does look like he's miserable. He kind of looks like he would rather be somewhere else, and that he showed up out of obligation. I don't know if that's all speculation, if that's truly what's going on with the two of them. Of course, I don't wish that on nobody. You know, I really did think that they loved each other for real. So this might be, if it is true, this might be a curse of the reality show. Marriages should not be on reality shows. They just should not be on reality shows. You know, she's got a new baby on the way. I know we've seen from the clips that he said something about that they need to get a DNA test, like, you know, as if she had been cheating or something like that. Just terrible. Just bad. Just bad that them two are going through that. Mimi was off the chain, like on a Molly type off the chain. We all have seen since the show was off that Mimi can be about it when she want to. You know, she was on that Jermaine Dupri video when she was drunk. Y'all always want to talk about me. Y'all bitches don't want to admit where your shit is all messed up. Y'all just got to see my shit on TV. Yeah, my man is fucking somebody else. You bitches act like your man ain't fucking somebody else as well. You remember she was reading us? I was like, okay, Mimi. Well, they said Mimi was off the chain at the premiere party. She is set on changing her image and not making people think that you can just run all over her. More power to Mimi. She needs to have an image change. She looked like a sorry something else on the season last season. You know, a lot of times when you try to be dignified, when you around a whole bunch of undignified motherfuckers, then you just look like you the one that's just getting run over. Okay, now I know that when everybody is dignified and you just take the higher road, then we can appreciate that. But when you got motherfuckers just talking about you, running over you, stealing your man, and you know, all of that shit, no, it's time to you need to get as stupid as they are. So that's Mimi's thing. And then lastly, Miss Scrap, better known as Erica, and Bucky and her hair, I guess they got into a fight at some taping, okay? And supposedly Erica, you know, she took the ghetto hood red way and had some razor blades in her hand. That's what the rumor was, that she had razor blades and that she hit Bucky in her hair and sliced her face and shit all up. Well, Bucky in her hair gets on Instagram the next day, puts a bunch of pictures up, says, no, I didn't get all sliced up. I want y'all to understand that I look good and everything. And I was just like, okay, yeah, Bucky in her hair, you don't look all sliced up, but that still ain't letting me know if you got your ass beat at the goddamn taping, whatever it was. So we gonna see that. I guess there was a fight, okay? It's been confirmed. Erica said there was a fight, that she put them paws on. Okay, and I was just like, so we gonna see if Erica can back up the talk. We gonna see if the rumor holds true that hood girls can fight. Okay, because if they can't, maybe I might take I ain't no hood girl. I just kind of assume that I can't fight, but you know, maybe this might give me some hope. I'll get out there and get to argue somebody, get my ass whooped out in public somewhere. I better sit my ass down. That's it. We do this every week, so make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you come back. Until next time, Roxstars. Bye.